example, pag nilubog nyo yung yung kanina doon sa bola, pag nilubog nyo doon sa tubig, tapos lumutang siya, meron siyang buoyant force na nagtutulak na umangat yung bola. Diba? So, ibig sabihin po ba, kapag yung barya hinulog, sabihin wala siyang buoyant force, meron pa din. Pero, alam niyo yung para lang yan, lumabang ka, pero talo ka pa din. Hello, math learners. So for today, we're going to proceed at fluids at rest. So ngayon, this lesson opens about the significance of liquid substances in physics, in our physics lessons. So, for more information about this lesson, just watch this video till the end. So, let us start. Let us introduce. So, kasi itong lesson natin is one of the lessons that you might encounter when you took the engineering course, this hydraulics and fluid mechanics. So, when we say fluid mechanics, it is a branch of physics that studies the behaviors of fluids, including liquids and gases, both at rest and in motion, along with the forces acting on them. So, sa Gen Physics 1 natin, ay diniscuss ko yung sa equilibrium, which is yun naman ay mga forces acting to solids. Now, yun yung tinatawag nating engineering mechanics. And syempre, sa susunod nating sa video, isa na mechanics of deformable bodies, ganon, or mechanics of rigid bodies. Ayun, yung una is mechanics of rigid bodies nung Gen Physics 1, deformable next lesson after this, and this is fluid mechanics, which focuses in liquids and gas. Kumbaga, lahat yan, that all the states of matter. Ano ba yung 3 states of matter? Solid, liquid, and gas. Okay. Na rin yan sa ating Gen Chem, yung matter. Okay? When we say hydraulics, it is a part of fluid mechanics that focuses specifically on practical use of liquids in motion to transmit power and perform useful work. While fluid mechanics provides the theoretical foundation, hydraulics applies these principles in real-world engineering system. Okay. Now, let us proceed with density. Okay? When we say density, it is a measure of how tightly matter is packed into an object, defined as its mass per unit volume. Simply put, it's a way to describe how heavy something is for its size. For example, a metal object has high density because it has a lot of mass packed into a small space, while the bag of feathers has low density because it has little mass spread over a large volume. Diba meron pa nga tayong logic? Ano ang mas mabigat? Ang barko o ang piso? Siyempre, maraming magsasabi, yung barko yung mabigat. Pero siyempre, as the kids' logic, ang sagot ay yung piso. Kasi kapag nilapag mo sa tubig, lulubog, unlike sa barko. Diba? In a matter of liquid. Dito rin po natin kung which of the two are more dense. Yan, halimbawa yan. Yan tatlo na yan, nilapag nyo dyan sa liquid. May nakalitaw, may somehow lumubog, at may lumubog. Okay. Ito pa yung formula. Ano po ang basa rito sa Greek letter to? This is rho. Which, rho is density that has units of kilogram per cubic meter, grams for cubic centimeter, and pound per cubic foot. M is for mass, has yon, and volume. Kasama rin po ang liter, yes. Kasi we're referring to liquid substances. Okay? And, meron tayong constant, the density of water has 1,000 kilogram per cubic meter and 1 gram per cubic centimeter. That is for the density of water or H2O. Now, let us proceed with specific weight. It is the weight of a substance per unit volume. Ngayon, ang inano naman natin dito, isa na rin sa pinag-usapan natin yung force. That differs from density in that specific weight is the weight of the substance per unit volume, while density is the mass of substance per unit volume. Now, it depends on the gravity, whereas density is independent of gravity. Okay. Ang inano naman natin dito, di ba sa physics, magkaiba ang definition ng mass at ng weight. Ito yung say mass, kumbaga independently, kung halimbawa, ito, yung suklay ko, nilagay ko lang dito, nakalagay lang sa kamay ko. Kumbaga, nabubuhat ko siya through its mass. Pero kapag diniin ko yung dito, na parang mas lalong ikabibigat ng suklay kasi may pumapuwersa, yun na yung tinatawag nating weight. Okay? Ayan. Halimbawa, yung bola na yan. Density lang to. Kasi yung bola nakalagay lang dyan. Unlike, yung pinupush mo pa para lalong lumubog, dito na yung specific weight. Kumbaga, nag-exert ka na ng force. Ayan. Okay, another derivation. Ano ba pag sinabing ito? Diba that W is equal to M times G? Edi magiging ganito, magiging ganyan na. Eto, alam naman natin, this is raw, so kaya ito na ilang. Where, ito ay tinatawag nating gamma, okay. Yan, where gamma means the specific weight. Kilonewton per meter cube. And pound per cubic foot. Weight, ayan, kasi Newton, then volume. Wala man nagbago. Pero G is acceleration due to gravity. Either that is 9.81 meter per second squared or 32.2 feet per second squared. Ayan, either the two. Ayan, yung tawag dito? Gamma, ayan yung constant. Meron kayong 9,810 Newton per cubic meter or 9.81 kilonewton per cubic meter. Kinonvert lang from Newton to kilonewton. And in English system, that is 62.4 pounds per cubic foot. Now, specific gravity, it is just the ratio between its density, the density of the substance, and its reference. Halimbawa, yan, most likely kasi yung ginagawa nilang reference sa specific gravity is water. Okay. Kumbaga, that's just a ratio. Where, ayan, density of the substance and specific weight. SG, nakakronym lang, specific gravity. That is for water, and is for also water. Specific weight and density. Now, let us proceed with Archimedes' principle. This also includes in our lesson. The upward buoyant force that is exerted on a body immersed in a fluid, whether partially or fully submerged, is equal to the weight of the fluid that the body displaces and acts in the upward direction at the center of mass of the displaced fluids. Medyo complex siya, no? Ayan, this is your buoyant force. Okay. Where, sa buoyant force, ano ba, pag nilubog nyo yung, ang buoy kanina, doon sa bola, pag nilubog nyo doon sa tubig, tapos lumutang siya, meron siyang buoyant force na nagtutulak na umangat yung bola. Diba? So, ibig sabihin po ba, kapag yung barya hinulog, sabihin wala siyang buoyant force, meron pa din. Pero, alam niyo, para lang yan, lumabang ka, pero talo ka pa din. Nag-gets? Okay. Rho is the density of a substance, specific weight, and volume. Ayan. So, for eccentricity, yung eccentricity, yun po yung distance between the force and the center of the gravity and center of pressure. Yung eccentricity nyo, so babalikan natin yung natutunan nyo sa moment of inertia. Okay. Location of force, yung buoyant force nyo. Yung YP yun, ha? Ito. From the surface, from the liquid surface to the force. And to another, para magde-derive pa tayo dito, ayan. Kasi, yung nyo, ito yung I, ito, yung IS nyo. Ito yung IS. Tapos dinerive nyo dyan. Ayan. Kasi ito, equator dito. Diba? Where, yung Y nyo na may taas doon, yun yung centroid, yung distance through Y. From the top surface to the center of the gravity. Okay. Ngayon, another trivia, di ba may theta dito, kahit yata dito meron. Ito lang yon, either ito, ano ba yon? Either H over Y or yung isa pang H dito, saka dito. Okay. Ano yung pakiramdam na nakaganon siya, tapos pinagdikit niya lang, para magmukhang triangle. Oh, ito yan. Nakaganyan yung dimension niya, di ba? Tapos gaganyan niya lang. O, di ba? No, halimbawa ito. Ito yan. Ayun, no? Either ito. Kasi ito yung theta nyo, eh. Or, ito. Ito yun, eh. O, di ba? Average pressure. So, pag average pressure, ano lang siya? Force over area. That has the unit of Pascal or pounds per square inches. Or yung PSI, ang PSI is just like this one. Okay. Force, pag sabing kips or kilopounds, ito lang yon. Kilopounds. Area is perpendicular to the force. Either meter squared yan, millimeter squared, gano'n. Ayan lang. Pascal's principle. Ayan. Alam niyo yung parang ano lang kayo. Bawa, pagka it states that the fluid at rest is a closed container. A pressure change in one part is transmitted without loss to every portion of the fluid and to the walls of the container. Ayan, bawa, yung toothpaste tubes, di ba pag ni-squeeze nyo, nagano siya ng pressure. Pag hindi nyo binuksan yung toothpaste at pinilit nyo puputok yan. O halimbawa, di ba sa mga lobo, ba na ano niya, tapos gaganon niya, i-squeeze niyo, puputok yon. Parang ganon. Otherwise, kapag may bukas siya, doon lalabas yung hangin. Di ba? Human heart. So, isa rin yan. Di ba? Yung nagpo-flow yung heart. Kumbaga, kada tibok ng puso nyo, meron kayong dugo na nagsisirculate around that. Okay. Sorry about that. Ayan, halimbawa, yan. Kaya meron tayong forces ng in and out. Nag-derive lang tayo. Pascal's unit. Pag Pascal, that is equivalent of Newton per meter squared. Kapag kPa or kilopascal, kilonewton per meter squared. Megapascal, Newton per millimeter squared. Gigapascal, kilonewton per millimeter squared. Hydrostatic pressure. It is a pressure exerted by a fluid at rest due to the weight of the fluid above a given point. It increases with depth and depends on the density of the fluid and gravitational acceleration. Ito yung P. Ayan lang. So, try natin mag-derive. Alam natin yung force is equal to mass times the acceleration due to gravity. Tapos, dinerive natin. Tapos, yung mass, where mass, kung kukunin natin siya from the density, is just yung density times nyo dun sa volume. Another ulit yan. Yung volume, equated siya sa area times the height. Cancel. At meron kayo ito. That's for hydrostatic pressure. Diba? Another derivation. Where, paulit-ulit na lang to. Where H is depth below the surface of the water. Kasi, halimbawa, ito yung ito yung parang surface nyo. Tapos ito yung height nyo. Kasi depth below from the surface. Ito yung halimbawa sa dagat, ito yung pinakibabaw. Ganun. Ayan, sa pressure in 1 atmosphere, it has, ayan, basahin nyo na lang. 1 torr is equal to millimeter mercury. That has also equal to 133.32 Pascal. 1 psi or 1 pound per square inches has 6.895 kilopascal. Now, syempre medyo boring talaga kapag puro lang tayo terms. Let us proceed with solve problem number 1. Let's find the density and specific gravity of gasoline if 51 grams occupies 75 cubic centimeter. So, for density, ayan. Ito yung formula nyo. Calcu. So, meron tayong 0.68 grams per cubic centimeter or centimeter cube. Next, for specific gravity, yung gasoline, kung ano yung density ng gasoline sa water. Diba? Diba basic na basic lang. Next, ito naman. The specific gravity of cast iron is 7.20. Find its density and the mass of 60 cubic centimeter of it. For density, so ngayon, try nyo lang by shift solve, 7.20 times 1, or automatic naman na 720 na siya. Ito yung nagkataon na kasi 1 lang kasi yung niya, yung density ng water. Depende yan kung ano yung reference. No? Paano kung iba yung reference, di ba? For mass, para makuha yung mass, alam naman natin yung density na. Times nyo na yung 7.20 sa 16, then meron kayong 432 grams. Di ba? Basic lang. Next. An 80 kilogram metal cylinder, 2 meter long, and with each end of area 25 cubic square centimeter, stands vertically on one end. What pressure does the cylinder exert on the floor? Ayan. May given area ka na. Kaso ito, nag-exert ka ng 80 kilogram at meron kang pressure dyan. So, yung 80 kilogram, kapag kinonvert nyo kasi magiging Newton. Ngayon, kasi mano nyo yan through Pascal. Kasi centimeter squared, convert nyo sa meter squared. Ganyan. Then, ang lalabas, pwede nyo siya i-type sa calc ng diretso. 80 times 9.81, 25 times, hindi nyo i-square ang 25. Ang i-square nyo lang yung 1 over 100. Like this. Okay. Then, meron kayong 13,920 Pascal, or convert nyo na sa engineering notation na 0.314 megapascal or 313.92 kilopascal. Kayong bahala kung paano siya i-convert. Next, when a submarine dives to a depth of 120 meters, to how large a total pressure is its exterior surface exerted? The density of seawater is about 1.03 grams per cubic centimeter. Okay. Siyempre, sa pressure, kasama na yung atmosphere kasi nag-uusapan na doon yung deep ng tubig. Yung sa seawater na. Okay. Ayan. Kasi kasama na yung density eh. Then, you have to, so meron kayong 1,313,806 Pascal. Pero kapag ilan yung sa engineering notation, 1.314 megapascal. 'Di ba? Next. A water tank 3 meter in diameter and 6 meters high is made from a steel having a thickness of 12 millimeter. So, yan yung dalawang hinahanap. Ngayon, ito yun eh. Okay. Hydrostatic pressure, okay. Paano po naging ganito yung illustration? Kasi 'di ba from the start, from deep down, nagano siya ng pressure, 'di ba? Kumbaga sa submarine, kahit sabihin natin, lalo na pag delikado pumunta sa pinakailalim dahil nga, 'di ba? Ganon. Okay. Yung pressure daw is equal to specific weight times the height. Okay. Kasi ang ano naman dito is from the surface to below. So, meron tayong 58.86. Next, for B. Ito naman daw, kapag limited sa 50 kilopascal, ano yung maximum? Ano na yung magiging height niya? Ayan eh. Diba? Ang dali lang. Para naglalaro lang. A saka B. Next. Consider, medyo mabilis lang kasi, alam niyo yun, parang madali lang kasi. Madali lang talaga, walang halong biro. Sa physics ewan ko lang sa hydraulics, sa mga nagtitik na engineering students. Actually, personally, ngayon ko palang din tinitake yun. Consider a 200 feet high by 1,200 feet wide dam filled to capacity. Determine the hydrostatic force on the dam and the force per unit area of the dam near the top and near the bottom. Pag sa force per unit area, alam niyo na yon, pressure. Naka-unit lang. Ayan. Top saka bottom. Actually, pares lang naman sila yung water eh. For hydrostatic pressure, ayan. From the top, kasi, di ba sabi natin yung H yun yung from the surface. Ito yung top eh. Walang height dyan. Pwede kung, kung center, hindi naman. So, 0. Pag from the bottom, meron ka, ayan, 12,480 pound for, ayan. Ano ba square, pound per square foot. For a, for force, ayan, in-average nyo lang. Ito kasi yun eh. Kasi yung nahat natin dito, yung pressure. Ito, para lang makuha yung pressure dito, ayan yon. Ayan. Parang baliktad. Dapat this is for letter B. Ayusin ko na lang. For pressure, this is 200 by 1,200 feet. Ito yun yung pinakita. Hiniga ko lang yung dam, wag kayo malilito. Hiniga ko lang, ginawa ko lang 3D. Okay? Ginawa ko lang siyang 3D. Ayun o. Kasi ito yun eh. Ito yung 200, ito yon. Tapos ito yung triangle, kinopya ko lang. Tapos kasi since this is 3D, ganyan talaga siya. Ganyan. Siyempre, yung force, nakano siya sa center of the gravity. Ito na yun. Bali dapat, baliktad yung baliktad yung pagkakano. Hydrostatic force. Ito. So, dapat yan. Okay. Next. Solve problem number 7. Siguro, actually, this is 13 problems. Siguro, ikakat ko na lang siya sa problem na to. Tapos, yung iba, didiscuss ko na lang sa TikTok. Gaya nung ginawa ko dati sa kinematics, Ayan. Sabi dito, it has 3 inches square. So, 3 inches. Tapos, meron daw, it has 5 feet long. Actually, this is from CE board, kaso hindi ko nalagay ko anong year. What is the volume? Tatlo hinahanap. Una, volume of the lead. Having a unit weight of 700 pounds per cubic foot. Tapos, yung weight of the lead, saka yung total weight of the lead, and saka ng kahoy. Okay. Ito yung specific gravity. Ngayon, kung mapapansin nyo, nakalitaw. Kasi ang sabi if it's fastened at one end of the stick so that it will float upright in 1 feet out of the water, yun yung nakalawit. Halimbawa, ito yung ito yung lead. Ito yung tubig. Imbis na nandito, syempre may lalabas yan na 1 foot. Okay. So, hopefully, everyone has its open mind to understand what I'm portraying. Okay. Ayan. Meron daw tayong lead. Tapos, meron kasi nakalitaw na 1 foot. Kaya nilabas ko lang. Kasi ito ay meron 4 foot. Malamang. Teka, ba't nagsabay? Ayan. Ngayon, merong weight yung wood. Meron din weight yung lead. Siyempre, meron din tayong buoyant force. Kasi siyempre, di natin mapipigilan na lulubog, lilitaw talaga. Okay. For volume of the lead, ayan, yung 3, kasi di ba naka-square siya, area times the height lang. Yung 3/12, yung 3 inches, kinonvert ko lang naman sa foot para maging square foot. Cubic foot rather. Sabihan tayong 0.313 cubic foot. Diba? For wood, ayan. Alam naman natin sa specific gravity ng wood, syempre lagi lang tayo naka-refer sa specific gravity ng water. Ayan. So, ngayon, para sa weight ng wood, ayan. Okay, ayan. Diba? Yung specific gravity, nakalagay naman dito sa wood. Then, meron tayong 12.715 pound force. Pound force yan na pag may F na sa dulo. So, equation 1. For buoyant force, inad ko lang po yung volume ng wood saka ng lead. Kasi yun yung kinokontra. Ganon. Okay? Ayan. Yung volume ng wood saka ng lead. Yung volume ng lead, hindi naman natin ma-unknown kung ano yung sukat ng lead. Basta nagsabi na lang may lead dyan. Na para bang, ay basta may lead dyan. 'Di ba? Then, ngayon, eto na yon. Kasi alam naman natin yung buoyant force is nakabase na naman tayo sa specific gravity ng water. This is for equation 2. Dapat dito yon. Tapos, ito, for weight ng lead, diba? Kasi alam naman natin yung specific weight, ito yon. Yan, equation 3. Ngayon, mag-summation forces na tayo. At y equal to 0. Medyo mahaba lang, pero pag nakuha nyo na tong value na to, konti na lang ang gagawin nyo sa susunod na hinahanap. Kasi, yung force pataas. Yung weight ng wood, saka yung weight ng lead, pababa. So, substitute nyo yung equation 1 to 3 sa equation 4. Ayan na. Dito, makukuha nyo yung volume ng lead. So, meron tayong 4.525 times 10 raised to negative 3 cubic foot. Or, pwede na sigurong pwede ba millifoot? Actually, walang ganun nung nagbabasa ako ng reference about that. So, ganyan talaga kapag English system. Okay. For weight of the lead or lead, ayan, di substitute nyo na yung volume. Then, meron na kayong makukuhang 3.168 pound force. Okay. Next, for the total weight of the lead and wood. Ano makukuha nyo? Ayan. Meron na kayong 15.883 cubic force. Ayan. A, B, C. So, ngayon, yung susunod na problem, di-discuss na lang natin sa TikTok. To be continue na lang. Para meron ding di ba? So, hopefully you enjoy the video and you learn something today. So, thanks for watching and see you in my next video. Ngayon ko lang na-realize na katerno ko yung PowerPoint ko.